Yeah, this is gonna be a silly video. I'm gonna equate camera companies to car brands because I want to. Let's start with obvious ones. Canon, Toyota. Fair, ubiquitous, everywhere. Parts availability, reliability. Canon, Toyota makes sense to me. Nikon, a little bit narrower of a scope, a little bit more precise. A different kind of person gets a Nikon versus a Canon. Honda. So Canon is Toyota, Nikon is Honda. I think that's fair. Kodak, Pontiac. I mean, what do you want to say? They're not around. Uh, Panasonic. Before I do Panasonic, I want to do Sony because I have a good one for Sony. Sony is Ford. Okay, if Sony is Ford, actually, you know what? Sony is. I was gonna say Sony is Volkswagen. Actually, Sony is Volkswagen, and here's why. If you've ever tried to send in your Sony body to get it repaired or replaced or whatever, it's like owning a Volkswagen. So Sony is Volkswagen, Panasonic is Chevrolet. I'm gonna say. Is that fair? Is Panasonic a cheap company? I'm okay with that because you can get like a Panasonic like BGH1 or whatever, and I feel like that's like the really high end Camaro or like the low end Corvette. Yeah, I like that. But Sony is definitely what I say, Volkswagen. Yeah, oh, definitely. Red. So this is under the guise that Red is still its own company, which it's not. It's owned by Nikon now, as we're continuing to discover. Red. Red is Lamborghini because Lamborghinis are flashy and they're hilariously expensive and they come in crazy colors. And what's one thing we all know about Red is you got to pay extra for that white paint job. That first edition camera thing. I don't understand why people did that, but they did. So red is Lamborghini, and that would make arri Ferrari. It makes sense to me. The tippy top is the tippy top for a reason. So Minolta, does Minolta still exist? Not really, right? So Minolta would be. Did I already say Kodak? I'm gonna say Minolta is Pontiac and Kodak is like Saab, maybe. I think that's good. Pentax, is Pentax still around? I think I have Pentax lenses. Pentax would be like Mitsubishi, probably. What else? Leica. Oh, Leica's a really good one. Leica would be Porsche. I think that makes sense. I don't see how that doesn't make sense. Hasselblad, a camera I've never held in my hand, is probably either like a Pagani or a Bugatti. Let's say Pagani. Hasselblad, because they're rare, because I feel like Bugattis, you see a lot of them, whereas Paganis, you see a lot less. Olympus is still around, so Olympus, this would be mean, but Hyundai Kia. I think you could make an argument there. Ricoh. I don't know enough about Ricoh to even say. I don't know. Sigma's a good one. So Sigma's like a new one. So Sigma would be like Tesla because Sigma is like here's all cutting edge tech based on a platform of cutting edge tech. I feel like that's what Tesla is trying to do. Even if you've seen other videos, my opinion about Tesla. Anyway, Polaroid still around? They're coming back to the instant. So Polaroid would be Dodge, Chrysler, whatever. Whatever that company is now called, Stellantis. I think that's fair. I think that's a very fair because you want an old Jeep. You want the 4-liter. So you want the old instant camera, but the one that you can get now, you're like, this is going to fall into pieces in my hand. I think that's an incredible metaphor. Yeah. So let's see if we missed anything.
Yeah, so I realized after editing this that I didn't do Fujifilm, and that's not fair because it's Fujifilm. So Fujifilm as a car company, that's got to be Subaru, isn't it? I mean, if you look in the back of a Subaru, there's probably a Fujifilm camera already in there, so it's obviously Subaru. Anyway, there you go.
Oh, iPhone camera. Yeah, I wrote this down. I can't believe I buried this. iPhone camera is bird scooter. If I'm lying, I'm dying. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? How about Insta360? Maybe one of those Waymos, right? Would that make sense? DJI. How about the DJI Ronin 4D or DJI gimbal? That would be one of those electric bikes, one of those powered bikes. Any other cameras that I can think of? I don't know. I feel good about that. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? You guys got some better ones? What do you think? Let me know. Catch you next time.